It's the kind of NBA twist nobody saw coming, and yet, it's all anyone could talk about right now. The basketball world is absolutely stunned, jaws dropped, fans reloading Twitter in disbelief. Nikola Jokic, the beloved MVP center, the heart and soul of the Denver Nuggets, has reportedly closed a deal WDY has multiple rings. If Jokic truly agreed to this move, then it's a chess play worthy of the Warriors dynasty brought the city of Denver its first ring. He was loved, adored, was defense, and now Jokic's all-around brilliance? That's not a lineup, that's a cheat code. It would instantly make the Warriors favorites again, especially after a couple of shaky post-title seasons. And if you're thinking about chemistry, Jokic might be the perfect fit. He's unselfish, high IQ, and not driven by ego. In Golden State's ball movement system, he could thrive like never before. He'd make everyone around him better, and in return, he'd have the help he's always deserved. No more carrying an entire franchise on his back. No more pushing through injuries because there's no one else. If this deal really goes through, it could extend Curry's prime, redefine the Warriors' identity, and potentially spark another multi-year run. That's the dream in the Bay Area, and apparently, it's one Jokic now shares. Whether it's revenge, renewal, or just a change of scenery, something has drawn him to the West Coast. One big theory that's gaining traction is that Jokic simply felt the window in Denver was closing. Jamal Murray has battled injuries. Michael Porter Jr. is inconsistent. The depth isn't what it used to be. And while the Nuggets have been contenders since their title, they haven't looked like they could repeat. Maybe Jokic saw the writing on the wall. Maybe he realized that staying in Denver would mean more years of grinding, carrying the team, and falling just short. At 30, with his game at its absolute peak, he might have decided that he couldn't waste any more time. The Warriors? They offer a structure, a pedigree, a proven formula. They've done it before, and they know how to do it again. That stability might have been irresistible. Plus, let's not forget, Jokic is a basketball purist. He cares about the game, not the spotlight. And from a purely basketball perspective, there's no better playground than Golden State's pass-heavy, movement-based offense. If Jokic wanted to feel joy in the game again, to play without pressure, this could be his way out. It's a theory, but it's starting to make a scary amount of sense. And what about the Nuggets front office? If this all went down without them knowing, it would be a catastrophic misstep. But some insiders believe they've known for weeks, maybe even months. That's why there haven't been major off-season moves. That's why the tone from Denver's leadership has been weirdly muted. They knew something was coming, and they've been trying to figure out how to brace for impact. Losing a player like Jokic is not something you recover from overnight. It's a franchise-altering moment. It resets everything. And while they might try to spin it if, or when it happens, talking about the future, about flexibility, about a new era, none of that will soften the blow. Fans will feel betrayed. The locker room will be shaken. And the front office will be under a microscope. People will ask, how did they let this happen? Why didn't they do more to keep him happy? Could they have built a better team around him? These are the questions that follow a loss like this. And until there's confirmation or denial, the speculation will only grow louder. Because if Jokic really leaves, the Nuggets may never be the same again. Then there's the contract. Nobody knows the exact numbers yet. But let's be real, this isn't just a trade. It's a calculated shift in power. If Jokic joins the Warriors, it means the front office found a way to clear space, shuffle contracts, and likely sacrifice key pieces. Maybe Andrew Wiggins is involved. Maybe young assets like Jonathan Kuminga or Moses Moody are being shipped out. Maybe draft picks are flying. But whatever the cost, Golden State clearly believes it's worth it. And from Jokic's perspective, it's about more than money. He's already earned his bag. This is about legacy now, about rings, about writing his name in the history books with bold, unforgettable ink. And while some fans will hate it, call it weak, call it a cop-out, the truth is, this is the NBA today. Players move. Alliances shift. Superstars chase super teams. But even in this modern landscape, Jokic leaving Denver for Golden State feels different. It feels monumental. And if the rumor mill is even half right, we're about to witness one of the biggest shakeups in league history. Strap in because this ride is just getting started, and it's already wild. The buzz around this potential Jokic to Warriors move isn't just a rumor. It's turning into a full-blown narrative with so many layers and angles, it's hard to know what to believe next. Some insiders speculate that Jokic's camp had been quietly exploring options for months, reaching out to teams with a winning culture, a strong front office, and a vision that aligns with his legacy goals. Golden State ticks every box, and the timing couldn't be more critical. With the NBA becoming more superstar-driven, and with players exercising more control over their futures, this move feels like a statement. It's not just about money or medals. It's about rewriting the story of a player who was once the underdog, a big man who redefined what a center could do. Imagine Jokic, surrounded by sharpshooters and a championship-winning system, suddenly turning from the team's anchor to a complementary piece in a title hunt. Would he embrace that role? Or would he reinvent the Warriors' style entirely? The possibilities are endless. And while some see this as a betrayal, others view it as a natural evolution of a player seeking new challenges and new heights. One thing's for sure, the NBA landscape could never be the same. Meanwhile, Nuggets fans are grappling with shock and sadness, but also confusion. What does this mean for Denver's future? Without Jokic, who carries the load? Jamal Murray has talent, but not the same gravitational pull on the court. Michael Porter Jr. is still inconsistent, and the supporting cast feels thin. Rumors are swirling that Denver might look to rebuild or pivot entirely, possibly entering a brief rebuilding phase after years of contending. Some analysts say this could open the door for a mega trade or a splash signing. But can any move fill the void Jokic would leave? The emotional impact on the fan base can't be overstated either. He was more than a player. He was the face of the franchise. Losing him would be like losing a piece of the city's soul. And if the rumors are true that the front office knew and did little to stop it, that could lead to serious repercussions internally. Will Denver's leadership change? Will the locker room fracture? These questions linger, making this possible transfer one of the most compelling stories of the offseason. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. On the flip side, Golden State fans are buzzing with excitement, but also a bit of skepticism. They know how much of a risk big trades can be, especially when chemistry is involved. Adding a dominant center like Jokic to a perimeter-heavy squad raises questions about spacing and fit. Will Steve Kerr tweak the offense? Can Draymond Green adjust his role to accommodate such a versatile but ball-dominant player? The Warriors have always thrived on unselfish basketball and movement, but Jokic's style is unique. His playmaking from the post, his passing vision, and his ability to control tempo are off the charts. But can the Warriors shooters keep pace? Fans are wondering whether this is a masterstroke or a gamble that could backfire. Still, the possibility of another championship run, with Jokic leading the charge alongside Curry and Thompson, feels tantalizing. It's the kind of team that could dominate for years. Even the doubters admit that the Warriors' front office is capable of pulling off a brilliant transformation if this deal actually happens. The buzz is real, and the anticipation is mounting. Industry insiders also point to the subtle power shifts happening behind the scenes in the NBA. With superstars like Jokic making unilateral decisions about their futures, the traditional team control seems to be fading. This rumored move highlights how players today wield more influence than ever. Front offices must adapt or risk losing their biggest stars. If Jokic truly chose the Warriors without much input from Denver, it sets a precedent. How will other franchises respond? Will they double down on building around their stars, or try to create super teams to keep them happy? The ripple effect could impact trades, drafts, and negotiations league-wide. Plus, it raises questions about the salary cap and contract structures. How do you fit a reigning MVP into a roster already packed with talent? The Warriors may have to make tough sacrifices. But one thing's clear. The NBA is entering a new era of player empowerment and strategic alliances. And if this rumor materializes, it might be the most dramatic example yet of that shift. It's a potential game changer for the entire league. Speculation is also rife about how this move might affect the legacy conversations around Jokic. Up until now, he's been seen as a generational talent who carried a franchise to its first title with humility and brilliance. But joining the Warriors could alter how history remembers him. Some purists might argue it dilutes his accomplishments. Did he need the help? Was he truly the centerpiece if he joins an established championship team? Others will say it elevates him, proving he can adapt and thrive in any system, and that he's smart enough to chase greatness strategically. If this move leads to multiple championships in Golden State, Jokic's name could rocket to legendary status, joining the likes of Magic Johnson and Larry Bird who succeeded with different teams. But if it falters, it might be seen as a desperate attempt to prolong his prime. Either way, this decision could redefine his narrative and impact how future stars think about their careers. The NBA loves a good legacy debate, and this move would fuel it for years to come. Fans, analysts, and historians will be watching closely. Meanwhile, the potential ripple effects on the Warriors' roster and salary cap continue to be dissected by insiders and fans alike. If Jokic joins, who moves out? The Warriors might have to part ways with beloved players or promising young talent. Andrew Wiggins' future could be uncertain. Draft picks might be packaged in trades to make room for Jokic's mega contract. The Warriors have been masters of financial wizardry, but this would be their biggest balancing act yet. And what about the bench depth? Will the addition of Jokic change how they structure rotations? Some believe Kerr might shift to a smaller, quicker lineup at times, while others think the Warriors might lean on Jokic's versatility to create mismatches. It's a fascinating puzzle, and the front office's ability to pull this off smoothly will be critical. A misstep could derail their title hopes, but if they get it right, they might have just created the most unstoppable lineup in recent memory. The basketball world waits with bated breath. And let's not forget the emotional and psychological side of this potential move. Jokic leaving Denver isn't just a professional decision. It's deeply personal. He spent nearly a decade building relationships, earning fans' love, and carving out his identity as the Joker. Suddenly switching teams means leaving behind a community, a culture, a family. That's a heavy choice. On the flip side, the Warriors' culture is known for being tight-knit but also demanding. Jokic would have to prove himself all over again, navigate new locker room dynamics, and adapt to a different media market. How will he handle that pressure? Will he thrive under the Warriors' spotlight or struggle with the expectations? Only time will tell. But this move is about more than basketball. It's about growth, ambition, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. The story here isn't just a trade. It's a saga. And the next chapters promise to be as gripping as the rumors themselves. Finally, as we wait for official word, the entire NBA community is holding its breath. The rumor has already sparked debates, social media storms, and heated arguments among fans and analysts worldwide. Some refuse to believe it until the ink is dry on a contract. Others are already planning their fantasy leagues and playoff brackets around this seismic shift. Whatever the truth, this potential Jokic to Warriors deal has injected fresh energy into the NBA offseason, reminding everyone why we love this game so much. It's unpredictable, emotional, and full of surprises. If the deal is real, it will change the balance of power, rewrite histories, and redefine what it means to be loyal in sports. Until then, all we can do is watch, speculate, and prepare for one of the wildest rides basketball has ever seen. Buckle up, it's going to be a legendary saga. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.